Hi everybody and welcome. I'm Coach Carolin, Leadbetter certified instructor and former professional tour player. And today we're talking about side hill lies, more specifically the downhill lie. So side hill lies are a bit tricky because there is a couple more things that come into play when you're not on a level surface. So I want to make sure we focus on the downhill lie today and we kind of see what are the tendencies and what does the ball tend to do out of there? What can you do to expect that, anticipate it, compensate for it in a good way, and how can we score and feel comfortable with these side hill lies and downhill lies. All right, so let's start with the tendency of the ball and the shot that is created on a downhill lie. So here I'm obviously downhill, my left foot, my lead foot is lower than my trail foot, and by rule of thumb, the ball is going to try to work right off of a lie like this. So you can already anticipate that. And if you know that, you can do two things. You can either adjust for it and try to put a little bit more draw spin on it to counteract that, or you can aim more left and work with the lie and work with the slope. So I like either. It really depends on what type of player you are, but I would assume that for most amateurs and, avid golfers, it's easier to just aim a little bit more left and make a regular swing and adjust for that spin that tends to get on the ball when you actually have a downhill lie like this. So it's really important in the ball position that you move your ball just a hair back than what you would usually have it at. So I have an 8-iron here. I would have this just in front of my middle if I had a regular shot, but since I don't, I'm going to move it like half an inch back, more to the middle of my stance, because I want to make sure that I can catch the ball and not catch the ground too late, right? And I also want to make sure that my ball is where my club is going to bottom out, which is going to be just a little bit further back, which is also why it tends to go right, because if you think about an arc of a golf swing, when your club comes back to the ball, the earlier it hits the ball, the more open your face is, because you are on a perfect arc. Your face is really only square at exact middle. It's not like just before impact, it's a little open, right? So that's why we're dealing with this arc. So we're moving our ball back a little bit because we want that impact and we want that compression, and we have to adjust for this lie. Also, we're going to adjust to this lie and really kind of trick our body into not being on a downhill lie. To do that, we're going to level our hips and make sure our hips are actually level with the ground instead of working against it. See, if I were to set up like this, I would kind of hit really far behind the ball and I would hit the ground before I even get to the ball, and then you kind of chunk it or whiff it, or God knows, everything can happen. So let's trick our minds into actually being on a level lie by leveling out our own body lines. So hips and shoulders. So you're going to dip your front shoulder, your lead shoulder, you're going to dip that to match the level of the ground. And now everything kind of shifts, and if you can see, you're shifting the bottom of your swing a little bit backwards, which is why we've moved the ball back a little bit. So it's all starting to make sense. And now really all we do is we aim a touch more left and we hit a completely normal shot like you would. And you can see this came out a little bit lower, of course, because you are on a downhill lie. You're going to de-loft the club here. And I caught the ball first and then I took the divot behind the ball, which is exactly what you want to do. And it's going to come out a little bit lower simply because you have de-lofted the club. So my 8-iron just became a 7-iron or a 6-iron. And just keep that in mind. It is normal to see that. And the opposite is true for the uphill lie. So on an uphill lie, you're going to add loft. So you usually club up to get more club because you're not going to fly it as far. On a downhill lie like this, you actually can club back a little bit because the ball's going to come out hotter and you're actually de-lofting the club, so you're making an 8-iron into a 7 or a 6-iron. So keep that in mind when you're clubbing yourself as well. I hope you enjoyed this simple little tip. If this is the first time on my channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and like this video. I always want to hear from my new followers and from my current followers, of course. So I'm always here to answer any questions you have in the comment section. I have content coming your way every single week. So if you do subscribe, you're going to get notified and you're going to be able to really take that improvement journey of your golf game into overdrive. So let's do that, guys. If you want more tips like this, make sure to check out CoachCarolingolf.com. That is my coaching platform. I have a 7-day free trial for you guys, so you can go in, check it out, already look at all my drill libraries and videos and tips to make sure that you're making the right choice for you. And I would be honored to work with you guys. So let's do it. Let's jumpstart our 2024 golf season and be the best golfers we can possibly be.